And good morning and welcome to this Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner on Tuesday, the 8th of April. And the tariff wars are still going on. I'll go up 50%, you'll go up 50%. It's a right old mess. The markets are bouncing a little bit this morning. Is it a dead dog bounce, dead cat bounce, whichever you want to call it? Who knows? How are you, Paul?
Oh, pretty well. Thank you. Pretty well. Another bright sunny day outside, too.
More interested in the weather than the markets. So there we go. That's you, Paul. Right. Let's start with the one that always drives me a little bit insane, basically because, CAML had their Q1 ops update. All looks fine to me, basically, Paul. But, of course, the stock is yielding over 12%, which somewhat tells you a message. And the message, of course, is that they keep saying they want to do an acquisition, but they can't find one. And the question is, why can't they find one? But anyway, Paul, give me your take.
Well, that's what it was. It was a Q1 operations update, and they essentially reiterated their guidance for the full year of 2025 to produce something between 13 and 14,000 tons of copper metal, zinc concentrate of at least 19,000 tons, and lead concentrate at least 27,000 tons. No lost time injury frequency or lost time injuries at either Coonrad or Sasa mines. And they did give their quarterly or updated quarterly production statements for copper, zinc, and lead. And it all, as you say, it all seems to be running rather nicely. Dry stack tailings is expected to at Sasa is expected to be operational in that plant by the end of this first quarter. So it should be operating now at this point. So no particular surprises here, which is good. Taking advantage of these stronger what had been in the first quarter stronger prices up until these tariff issues, which is now putting some near-term weakness in prices. So we'll see how things evolve going forward.
Well, it's all about can they do a deal or not. And at the moment, the market is saying basically by the yield of 12%, they can't do it. So we'll see. The problem is that the really good deals probably have already gone. But we'll see. I mean, all you can do is hope and see. And
you didn't say anything about their nickel project in Scotland.
Well, they did mention it briefly.
And expected in Q2.
Yeah, they did mention it briefly, but I don't think that's going to, unfortunately, really move the needle. It's very early stage. If you want to get involved in UK metals, no question about it, Cornwall and Devon is where you want to be headed. Having said that, whilst I've said that, let's talk a little bit. There's a bit of news out actually from Wales. Well, there's a little bit of a resurgence coming along in Wales and mining. But Anglesey Mining, actually today we're talking about the true definition is the high-density fluid hydropower energy storage project, their Paris Mountain mine. This is by RheEnergise, where actually they had a project at Tungsten West. Tungsten West kicked them off. They then moved it just round the corner. I actually went and visited them. It's quite clever. They put a material, which I do know which it is, but they keep it confidential, into the water, which basically makes it significantly heavier. And then basically you have hydropower, but you don't need a huge, great mountain. It's quite a clever concept. As with all these things, though, in any form of long-duration energy storage, you need an awful lot of money to get it off the ground. And these guys, they're not well endowed for cash, shall we say. What was your take there, Paul?
Yes, they are attempting this high-density fluid project as an announcement here to support the redevelopment of the Paris Mountain VMS underground mine project there in the north end of the island of Anglesey that Anglesey Mining holds. And it's all part of the program in order to make this new mine on what is to be underneath the World Heritage Site to be as green as essentially, or as ESG efficient as it possibly could be. And that would include something like this innovative project. And the other thing is, if they get a demo plant going there, it would in and of itself become part of a tourist attraction, I think, alongside the um, heritage site that people would be visiting anyway. So we'll see if they can make something of it. I'm not sure that it's going to be that material otherwise to the commercial viability of the Paris Mountain project itself, but it is interesting.
I'm not sure that we're a tourist attraction. Having seen one of these in operation, I wouldn't put it down as a tourist attraction, Paul. But anyway, there we go. Actually, I mean, Wales has quite an interesting heritage in copper, which could be rejuvenated potentially. Anyway, enough of that. Let's just move on to one which you could say is it mining? Is it oil? It sort of sits in the middle. But Pulsar Helium have just updated this morning on their project finance facility, haven't they, Paul?
Yes, they are. Pulsar Helium, they announced yesterday that they are a VSA client. And today they've put out a statement that they've arranged for $4 million of project finance to support their operational activities on their Topaz Helium project for Minnesota. This particular project is to otherwise utilize what had been a historic occurrence in historic drilling previously, and otherwise put this into commercial production. It is a facility which is due for maturity this time in 2026, so it's a one-year bridge essentially, with a drawdown interest rate of 12%.
Yep. Okay. Anything else you want to mention, Paul?
Yes, we like tin, and out here, Stellar Resources, which is one of the uh, significant explorers over in the southern hemisphere, and specifically in Tasmania, they have discovered in their current drilling program on the historic Heemskerk mine in Tasmania that they have discovered a new high-grade lower zone in the footwall 75 meters below the existing current compliant resources, with an intercept of 11 meters at 1% tin at a depth of 327 meters. They let this drilling run in order to hit this possibility because they had a geophysical target in a neighboring or nearby hole that was indicating an extension of conductivity down below their current resource, and that extension itself, that geophysical target, is now being tested by hole 180, which is currently in drilling. So looking really promising here at this point, particularly if hole 180 confirms that is in fact a new extendable footwall zone.
Sounds good. We'll call it a day there, and we'll be back tomorrow, and I'm sure the sun will still be shining. Thanks.
Very good. Thanks.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.